We have 11 new dinosaurs to add to the roster for Jurassic World Evolution 3, and lots more to talk about thanks to this brand new gameplay footage. Frontier has also released the clip on their YouTube channel now, so we have their narration instead of the German GameStar livestream hosts rambling over top. Let's watch the video and then go through frame by frame to discover all the hidden details, and make sure you are subscribed because there is another exclusive showcase coming tomorrow.
Welcome back, park managers. Today we'll be jumping straight into a park that's been running for a while. Looking around, it needs our attention. This park simply isn't making enough money, so we're going to need to bring in something big to up that appeal. And a quick, easy way to get more dinosaurs into your park is the marketplace. You won't have access to this at the start of your career, but the more parks you manage and clients you impress, you'll soon be able to access the marketplace to purchase dinosaurs. Now, let's see what species are available. First, we'll want an impressive flying reptile, and the size of the Quetzalcoatlus is certainly impressive. They're a bit expensive, but look at that park appeal. Another number you should probably pay attention to is the seller's rating. Dark Jurassic Anon. Doesn't sound too good to me, but they're rated over 50%, and this park is in dire need of some big attractions. It's a risk, but that is park management. And it's paid off. This is sure to head up our cash flow. Now, let's find something for our lagoon. The Mosasaurus, another crowd pleaser. And this time it's coming from a reputable source. Let's get them into our park. And finally, something for our land enclosure. We've spent a lot of our budget, so let's go for something a little smaller. This Gallimimus is cheap, probably because of the seller's rating, but we do have the perfect enclosure for them. That is not a Gallimimus. We wanted big attractions, but this enclosure was not built for a dinosaur that big. This is the risk you run when purchasing through the marketplace and trusting those less than reliable sellers. Right, we need to get this situation in hand. To get them out of our park, we'll need a response facility. Let's send our capture team over. They'll tranquilize the T-Rex so we can safely rewild them. Minus that little hiccup, I think we've managed to successfully turn this park around, and it now has 2 new headliners. It's not long now until you'll be taking on your own parks on October 21st. Good luck, park managers.
Gameplay footage starts with what I think is the entrance for a Dinosaur Integration Network themed park, and this park in particular is having some financial troubles that, as said in the narration, needs to be fixed. The statue in front is an abstract Tyrannosaurus Rex silhouette, so this is not one of the 11 species that we can add to the roster. We already knew about T-Rex, but yeah, a lot of dinosaur reveals in this footage. We see the return of the fossil mural wall pieces from Jurassic World Evolution 2. By the way, this is the same park that they showed yesterday with the balloon tour footage. We have a nice shot of the camera panning over the water, and we see some shops. We have Jurassic Traders, a gift shop. We see the visitor center back there. And we also have Goat, which I think is hilarious. I have no idea what it is. If it's a restaurant, that's hilarious. But yeah, I love that. That's the goat right there. Next up, we see a T-Rex skeleton. This park is suspiciously T-Rex themed, because as we saw in the clip, this park was never supposed to have a T-Rex, but there's 2 T-Rex statues and this skeleton right here. The skeleton is a slight variation of the T-Rex skeleton that we had in Jurassic World Evolution 2, and I quite prefer this one, because with this more neutral stance, it's more versatile than the one we have in the current game. Oh my god, can we appreciate this beautiful rock arch? I'm gonna make so many rock arches in this game. It's gonna be absolutely obnoxious. Please bear with me. I just think it looks so epic in combination with the waterfall. Heck yeah. In this shot, we get a good look at the new style of viewing gallery for the lagoon. And remember that all of the buildings that we're seeing are also fully customizable with the modular building tools, but this is a really nice base to have, and it's, you know, it's a little bit desert themed with the print on the side here and the sort of like, you know, brown terracotta like wall pieces. Now, this is Frontier bringing their Planet Coaster 2 experience into Jurassic World Evolution 3, and I'm all about it. I don't know if we'll see guests swim in this little pool that is attached to what I'm guessing is the Jurassic Park style hotel, but it certainly adds a lot to the look of it. I really love this. Alright, so now we have an overview of the park itself, and we can see some recognizable landmarks. So right there is the arch that we saw earlier. This is the lagoon behind it with the viewing gallery that we visited. This is a T-Rex statue. Again, very T-Rex themed, this park. And yeah, this is the same park that we saw yesterday. Here's the When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth banner. So in this habitat is our mystery dinosaur. We haven't yet been able to definitively identify it, and I did keep a lookout for it, but we don't get another look at it. Look at this epic waterfall. It's so cool. Alright, so now we're gonna have our first looks at the marketplace, and it starts with this shot. And this is, of course, the Stegosaurus family statue that they also added as a little gift, a little parting gift to Jurassic World Evolution 2. But, of course, it's all about the marketplace, and that's this building right here. And it says in the narration that we don't unlock this straight away. You know, we have to build our reputation before we get access to something like this, and before we can buy dinosaurs on the global market, which comes with, you know, certain ups and downs, as the clip very clearly showed. They tried to buy Gallimimus, they ended up with a T-Rex. As they're placing this building, we can see in the corner, let me zoom in properly, that, you know, we have the standard building that Frontier designed, and there is, at least at this point, only one Frontier designed variant for it. But what they also did, and I guess that's sort of like a test, is they also uploaded a community creation, obviously still made by Frontier, but they uploaded that through the workshop, and this is how we will be able to access other people's like custom buildings and custom decorations. Okay, so now we're accessing the marketplace where we can buy species for our park. We do know that we can also hatch species in the hatchery. We still have our hatcheries. We've seen dinosaurs exit the hatchery, so that's all still in place. But, you know, depending on the story mode that we're playing, we're also able to buy dinosaurs from this marketplace. And this is our first new species reveal. And when I say new species reveal, I mean a new species to add to Jurassic World Evolution 3. I don't mean a new species that we've never seen before. And the first of 11 species revealed in just this video is the Dimorphodon, and there's 10 more reveals later on in this video. Before we get to more reveals, let's take a moment to appreciate the adorable flapping animation that the baby Quetzalcoatlus does. I'm guessing this is a representation of, you know, it being a young animal and not being all that experienced at taking flight, so it kind of struggles and it just sort of flaps its wings without effect, and I just think it's super adorable. So after they bought a Quetzalcoatlus to help this park make more money, they're now buying a Mosasaurus. And unfortunately, in the marketplace for marine species, there's only Mosasaurus here. None of the 11 new species revealed are lagoon species, so we're still waiting on that part of the roster to be more fleshed out. And I really do hope that the next dinosaur showcase, or I should say species showcase in this case, is gonna reveal a new marine species and sort of beef up that part of the roster. They're not just buying one mosasaurus though, they're buying an entire family of mosasaurus. And what's really lovely to see, and it's in this clip right here, is that this baby mosasaurus matures in 71 minutes. So that's a really long time. When we first saw this timer, it was for the Tyrannosaurus Rex baby, and it was 25 minutes, which is significantly shorter. And one of the main reactions to that was, oh, I hope that babies grow up slower. And I'm guessing this is an example of a larger species just taking longer to mature. But I'm really hopeful that in Sandbox, we'll also be able to twitch the speed of these settings to make our babies grow up slower or even not at all. I really do hope that that's going to be a Sandbox feature. All right, and now we're back in the marketplace, and this is where the big batch of new species reveals is happening. And again, when I say new species reveals, I mean new to Jurassic World Evolution 3, not new to the franchise, because they're all returning species from Jurassic World Evolution 2. And it starts off right here with Diplodocus and Troodon, which are really easy to see. But in a slightly later shot, when they go to purchase them, we can actually see a whole lot more species. Now, it's a little difficult to see, so I want to give credit to someone on Reddit who was able to grab a much better screenshot than I'm able to grab. But yeah, we have new species reveals here. Archaeornithomimus, Apatosaurus, Nasutoceratops, Morus intrepidus, Microceratus, Lystrosaurus, Giganotosaurus, and Chunkingosaurus. So that makes this the updated confirmed species list for Jurassic World Evolution 3, and we're over halfway there, which is absolutely crazy. I formatted this list differently than how I've shown it previously. In the official 100% confirmed columns, we have species that we've either seen plain as day in gameplay footage, or species that have been explicitly name-dropped on the official website or another official Frontier source. The 99% soft confirmed species are species that we've either only seen as statues, or that are confirmed by a blanket statement but not specifically named. For example, the hybrids. Frontier said 7 species can't breed. They also said the only species that can't breed are hybrids. That means we have 7 hybrids in the base roster, and this is almost certainly all the hybrids from Jurassic World Evolution 2. But you could play devil's advocate and say, what if they randomly cut 2 of those 7 to substitute them with the D-Rex and the Mutodon? I really don't think that's the case, but it's worth putting them in the 99% as opposed to the 100%, because again, that is reserved for species that we've either seen walking about or we've seen their name black on white, or any color on any other color. Let me know in a comment down below what you think of the 11 new species that are revealed. I'm pretty happy with all 11, with one exception, and that is Archaeornithomimus. I really don't see the added value of Archaeornithomimus over something like Struthiomimus or Gallimimus. Gallimimus, of course, is already confirmed, so does this mean Struthiomimus isn't in the game? I can't imagine that either. But then, are we gonna have all 3 out of 82? That feels like a lot. So that to me feels a little bit like a wasted slot. All the other ones make sense to me. And also, just to confirm, again, only hybrids can't breed. So small species like the Microceratus and the Morus intrepidus, we're gonna see babies for those species. Same with the Compsognathus. That has literally been confirmed. So I can't lie, I'm very much looking forward to seeing the Microceratus baby. I cannot lie. This shot right here solves a mystery that we've been dealing with for weeks, which is we've seen this like rectangular slab of concrete in a menu in a past video, and we've all been wondering, what is it? What is this supposed to be? Well, it is a drop-off point for new arrivals in our park, and I'm guessing we can place these directly into a habitat. Now, of course, because they were expecting Gallimimus and they got T-Rex instead, sounds like a bargain to me, but the habitat was not prepared, so the T-Rex breaks out and we see it terrorizing some guests over here. Unfortunately, we don't see it actually attacking any guests, But I'm assuming that animation would be the same as we've already seen many times in the previous game or the current game. To respond to this emergency, they're placing a response facility, and part of the response facility, we still have the Jeeps. A lot of people were concerned that, the Jeeps have been entirely replaced by the ATVs, by the buggies. We've already seen the Jeeps in the distance, in the background in previous clips, but here we get a pretty good look at the Dinosaur Integration Network style Jeeps and the building, of course. And again, these buildings look great the way Frontier has designed them, and we can tweak them or rebuild them entirely however we want. And very similarly to how it works in Jurassic World Evolution 2, we can send out the helicopter to tranquilize the T-Rex. Now, as the helicopter gets out of frame, there is something I want to talk about here, and it is a little bit disappointing. So what we see in the backdrop is the path is going up on this ramp of terrain. And I really feel like this is confirming more and more that the path tool for Jurassic World Evolution 3 is essentially the same as what we have in Jurassic World Evolution 2 and of course the very first game. We have some new path types, so that's very nice, but there's no way to create stairs or elevated walkways, at least not that we've seen. Hopefully there is a workaround, hopefully there is a way with the modular building system that we can make functional bridges. I need to emphasize, functional bridges. There's no evidence of that yet. The T-Rex is tranquilized and it is brought back into the wild at a very significant cost, and then the ATV comes in to repair the fence where the T-Rex broke out. The clip ends with some overview shots of the park, and what I want to note here is how small this Patago Titan habitat is. Also, hold on, why does it look like it's just completely open to the public here? That's a little concerning. This looks like this baby and anything else can just walk out. But anyway, look how small this habitat is. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, that looks really nice. I really love all of the rock structures. The park looks so much more epic with all of these elevation differences and this element of height added to the park, which really sets it apart from what we've been able to build in Jurassic World Evolution 2. So that gets me super excited. Again, let me know in a comment down below what you think of the 11 new species reveals, and stay tuned for more news coming tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and until next time, hype for the game.